I'm going to keep this intro short. In this video, I'll show you how to do Killjoy Nade lineups. It's kind of like Sova, but with way more overpowered nade rather than a shock dart. Let's get into it. This is a swarm grenade for split that is going to land right back here. To line this one up, you're going to want to go over to these stairs and line up your crosshair right in the center of these two cracks. If you look at it, it's the second one from the right. Then you're going to want a vertical crosshair up with the right side of that building, and your horizontal crosshair up with the other side of the building. And then when you throw it, it will ricochet off of these panels, which is awesome, and then it will land right there and hit everything. If you want to hit elbow for some reason, do the same exact lineup on the tiles. Just move your crosshair more right than you usually would. Because basically, it's the same exact lineup. All you're going to do is just move it over so you miss the panels. This is a nade that's going to hit spawn. Just run yourself into this corner and aim at the light to the right of the dark area of this building. And make sure your crosshair is like in the middle of that beam.
Placing swarm grenade.
And then activate it. And if you have someone who's peeking right here, they're just screwed. For another one, you're going to go same corner, and then you're just going to aim at the light on the left now, instead of the one on the right. And this one's going to go further out, and it's going to force them to go out further. And if you have someone peek ramps, they're pretty much dead. For a third nade, a more complicated nade, you're going to run yourself into the same corner. You're going to want to aim this curve up with the left side of that blue there. And then you're going to line up your crosshair in the middle of the beam, just like you did with the lamps. And then when you throw it, it's going to land right into this cubby. And it will even cover this corner, and the only way to escape is to jump on top of the plant. But I don't think anyone will think of it that quick. This is a combo I found that will really screw the enemy team up and do tons of damage if they're pushing in.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
As you see, this is going to do tons of damage. If you have someone here catching the people who are going to try and escape, it's pretty ruthless. This lineup is for heaven. For this, you're going to want to jump on top of this box and line up your crosshair looking straight down up with the pebble. And then you see these black things up on this building. Aim it to the second on the left side of the second one, and then throw it.
Placing swarm grenade.
And it should land right on heaven. And it will even attack them if they're inside a little bit. This one is a lineup for ramps. Basically, you're going to want to line your vertical crosshair up with the edge of this building, and then aim your horizontal crosshair up with the... So you see this black line connected to the little ridge there? You're going to want to go one white line down. And throw it, and it will land right on heaven. It doesn't cover all of it, but it's pretty good. If you're entering as Killjoy, this is the best lineups you can do really quickly.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing sentry.
There is only one lineup I could find for mid, but it's pretty useless. Basically, this one's going to line up onto screens. But basically, you're going to look down until you see this orange. You're going to want to aim the box into this corner of the door. It's the first, tile. And then jump through it. And then when you do this, it will land right into screens, but it won't get all of it. That's why this is pretty much a useless nade. There's no possible nade that I could find for this plant. But there is one that I found for this plant right here. So we're going to go over to garage, and we're going to run into this corner. Just hold on. We're going to run into this corner right here. And then you're going to want to aim your crosshair where the bottom line and the right blue line of the building collide. And then throw it.
Placing swarm grenade.
And it will land right on the bomb. Unfortunately, I could not find anything that would go into this corner. It's just too far. For this Killjoy Nade, we're gonna go on top of this box right here. It doesn't really matter where you are in the box, just make sure you're against the wall. And then look up, and you're gonna aim this curve. So the bottom line is lined up with that thing, and then the curve is lined up with that pole. And then you're gonna throw it, and it's gonna land right in their spawn, right here. This is a swarm grenade that's going to land right here on heaven. Basically, in order to do this, we're gonna go back into our spawn, and you're gonna run into this corner right here, and then you're gonna line your vertical crosshair up with this pink building, and your horizontal crosshair up with that gray box right there. And then when you throw it,
Placing swarm grenade.
it'll land right on top of that. This is an attacking swarm grenade. I'm just gonna call it a nade. Attacking swarm grenade for when you are planting. So basically, you're gonna need someone to plant. You're gonna need some, like, they'll usually plant here-ish. You're gonna need someone to plant right here, like, so just shift walk. And once you see that planting, aim this way, towards the wall, towards you all.
Spikes down.
And then the spike will be more over than it usually is. And you probably don't need to be there unless you don't have a teammate that you're talking to that has the spike, then you're gonna want to plant it. But basically, you're just gonna want to line up your vertical crosshair up with this, and then actually aim at the bottom rope or power line or whatever it is. And it will land right on it, and they won't know what to do because they would have already checked all of this already. But this is for a default shower plant, so after you plant shower default or a teammate does it, you're gonna run. Or I guess you don't need to run, you could just have a teammate plant it, but for this demonstration purposes, we're saying that we planted it. You're gonna want to run into this corner where the teleporter and the box collide. Just run into that corner. You're gonna want to land your vertical crosshair up with this, the left edge of this building, and then with the light up here, your horizontal crosshair. And then once you have that lined up, jump, and then throw it at the top of your jump. So jump, throw.
Swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
And it will land right on the bomb every time. Unfortunately, I looked everywhere and there is no nade for right here currently. This nade is for default long plant on B. Basically, you're gonna plant. Your team's gonna plant there. They're all gonna go long, but you're gonna go up to hookah, and you're gonna go by to this box. Now you're gonna want to hug the wall, and then you're gonna move until this line is touching the edge of this box. So right there. Now you're gonna pull your nade, and you're gonna line the top of the question mark of the alarm bot up with the center of the hookah entrance. And they're gonna throw it.
Swarm grenade.
And it'll land right there. There is no possible nade for the inside of elevator on B site because you can't put a nade over something and down here because a nade only does damage above rather than below, so it won't do anything no matter what. This is a swarm grenade for if you plant right here. So it's still like, you know, here, but it's here instead. Because this nade, which whoops, didn't mean to hit that. Let's just do whatever. Just activate that. Basically, the bottom arrow is going to be put on that left castle corner. You're gonna throw it. It's gonna land right here, and it's gonna cover the entire bomb. And it could also work for this plant too, but I think the one hookah is better because they're going to expect you to be long. Basically, walk into this corner until you're stuck. You're gonna hold W, and eventually you'll stop moving. And then you're going to want to aim the bottom arrow of the HUD up with that top of the red light.
Placing
And you're gonna
swarm
throw it,
grenade.
and it's going to land right here. The thing this won't do is it won't cover here, but it will force them into the cubby or back, and it will delay them. This one is a swarm grenade for defense, and it will
Placing
land
swarm
right here.
grenade out.
You're just gonna want to walk over here again, and walk into this corner. Once again, just like the last one. And then you're gonna want to aim to your horizontal crosshair should be lined up with the white, and then you should just line up at the top of this pipe, I guess. And then just jump at the top of your
Placing swarm
jump,
grenade.
throw it, and it should land right
Swarm
here.
grenade out.
This nade will land right
Placing
here,
swarm grenade
and will
out.
basically just hit them if they're entering hookah. Basically, all you need to do is stand in this corner, and then aim the top of the right arrow up with like this corner, so like the black thing or the brownish thing up with the light thing. I don't really have a name, just circle name, just put it in the middle of that and then
Placing
throw
swarm
it,
grenade.
and it should land right
Swarm
here.
grenade out.
Okay, so this is a nano swarm that's going to land about here.
Swarm grenade out.
Basically, all you're going to do for this is line the top HUD arrow, the top right HUD arrow, up with the edge of this tree leaf, and then throw
Placing
it.
swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
And there we go. And he will even hit this corner, even though it doesn't look like it. It will hit this corner if you line it up right. For this nade, we're going to be on Haven. We're going to be on attacking. You're going to want to stay on top of this bag in this corner. Then you're going to want to aim your crosshair right in this corner here. And this is
Placing
basically
swarm
just going to
grenade.
hit back sight for when you're pushing. And it's going to prevent someone from peeking right here. So no one's going to be able to peek, so you can have a really easy push. This is a nade for attacking on Haven on A. And it's going to land around here. It's going to cover all of this area, and it will cover pretty much all of short. If you have someone push up with this nade, it's insanely good. You can catch someone trying to run out of the volley. Basically, all you're going to want to do is run in this corner. Don't jump on top of the beanbags. Just run. Pull out your nade. And then you see that curvature, the left side of the ult, like on the HUD. Just line that up with this bottom corner. So I'll probably zoom in on it right there. And then just fire it.
Swarm grenade.
And it will land right here. The best part about this nade is that if they run to the corner, they still get hit. This one is for default spike plant, but make sure instead of planting here like most people do, you need to plant here. And instead of putting your nades in these like you usually would, you're gonna run because people are gonna eventually learn that that's where they are. So you're gonna go over here, so long to the wheelbarrow. You're gonna jump on top of the wheelbarrow, and then the right next to the turret, there's that dot. You're gonna line that up with this door or the window. I don't know what it is. You're gonna line up that with that in that corner,
Placing
and they're gonna throw it.
Grenade
And this
out.
will cover all of it. And if they try and escape, they can't. They can try, but I don't think they'll get away. This is for an open spike plant on Haven on it. Just make sure you plant as close to like this corner as you can, because
Spikes down.
you don't want them to escape, because it's going to land about right where the spike is. So basically, you're gonna want to sit here and line up the arrow, the tinted arrow on the HUD, up with this corner of the window again,
Placing
and then
swarm
launch
grenade.
it, and it will land right on it. Unfortunately, in mid, there aren't that many places. If someone's pushing garage, you'll just have to do the old-fashioned throw it. And if someone's window, same thing. Or if someone's pushing right here through grass, basically same thing. Or if you're pushing just A-Link and C-Link, this is honestly just the best way to do it. This nade is for a default long plant. So if they're planting here, we're gonna go over here to long. And we're gonna pull out our nade, obviously. And you're gonna want to aim the left side of the turret thing. I don't really know. I'll zoom in on it. You're gonna want to line that up with the corner of this box.
Placing swarm grenade.
And then when you throw it, it'll end up
Swarm grenade out.
right on the bomb. You can do the same sort of thing for right here. It's basically the same exact. It's basically the same exact plant, except all you have to do is use the right side of the alarm bot instead of the left side of the turret.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
And you see right here, it's completely covered. Okay, so this is a nade for right
Placing
here,
swarm grenade. Swarm
not
grenade
there,
out.
but right here.
Swarm grenade out.
And you're going to be doing it from a completely safe spot. You're not going to throw it from garage like here. You're not going to get hit at all. But keep in mind, this is the hardest one to line up out of every single one so far. And you're going to think that this is completely absurd, and it kind of is, but it's a really good nade. So bear with me. What you're going to do is go up these stairs, and you're going to see these rows of, they're columns of stones. And you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns over. And you're gonna see this specific stone. All of them are gonna have, so these ones are full bricks, then broken, and then full broken. So you're gonna wanna go to this full broken one. If you're counting, it's 5th one over from the top. If you're going up the stairs, which you should, because that's how I'm counting it. And then once you get here, line up your crosshair on the corner of this colored one, then pull out your nade. You're gonna aim the box, the bottom of the box, no, the top of the box, up with the shadow of the broken roof top right there. Just right on the corner of that roof next to the broken one. And then jump through it.
Swarm grenade.
I don't know how to hit WASD. This is the easiest one to mess up. As you see, I've already messed it up, so we're gonna have to go to a take where I get it. But if you do it right,
Placing swarm grenade.
it's a really good nade. Right there.
Swarm grenade out.
If you do it right, it's a really good nade, but it is probably the hardest one to do out of all of them. This is a nade on Ascent, and it will land right here and get rid of the person right here, and hopefully someone who's just peeking right here. To do this nade, you're gonna be in spawn, obviously, because it's pre-round. You're gonna want to run into this corner, and then don't hit any movement keys, just a spacebar. Only hit spacebar. And then aim to this corner of this cloud up here, and then jump and throw
swarm
it.
Grenade.
And it
Swarm
will land
grenade out.
right here. This is a nade. It is going to land right here.
Swarm
And
grenade
it'll
out.
get rid of anyone that's sitting in this corner, but it will not hit that Sova who's spraying from you right here. If you want to hit the Sova, you might as well just
Placing
throw it
swarm
through
grenade.
here.
Swarm grenade
Like,
out.
you know, the other way. You might as well just do this.
Placing swarm grenade.
Basically, to do this, all you're going to want to do is run to this corner, jump, again hitting no movement keys, and then aim the top left of the box up with the corner of that picture or something on the building, and then jump and
Placing
throw it,
swarm grenade. Swarm grenade
and
out.
it'll come out of nowhere, and you'll hit them. This is a swarm grenade that is going to land right
Swarm
here,
grenade out.
and it's really good to coordinate with your team. Basically, for this nade, all you're going to want to do is go into this corner of this tool shed. You're going to look down, and then you're going to see this corner right here, where there's like a little bit of grass and the stone. Line it up right there, and then when you look up, aim the bottom of the arrow up in the middle of the black on the window. It's a little confusing, but aim it there, and then jump through
Placing
it.
swarm grenade.
This one's very easy to miss. We'll say that.
Swarm grenade out.
And right there. See, so you're pretty much guaranteed to get it somewhere in here.
Swarm grenade out.
There we go. A little better.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay, so this is an extremely powerful nade. And if you put, let's say if this will work best if you put one here, setting up once after you planted. So after you plant, put one there, and you're gonna run to this corner, and then once you hear, you're gonna line up the corner with the corner of the octopus, like the corner of the HUD with the corner of the octopus, and then once you hear the door
Placing swarm grenade.
being broken, throw it. Activate both, and they'll be dealt tons of damage, and they probably will run away. This is a nade for CT that's going to land right here, and it's going to prevent this cheat. You want to run into this corner over here, line up your crosshair with the second intersection right there, or the top of the right box.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
It will land right here. This is a nade for CT. It's going to land right here and get rid of the CT peak on Grudge. To line this up, you go over to this manhole. We're in the spawn right here. Just go over to this manhole and aim straight down until your crosshair is lined up with the corner of it. Look up, and then you see the corner of this windowsill. You're gonna want to go down until you see this opening, and then go left 1 stone. And we're gonna go from there. If you do this peak absolutely perfect, it should be when you're going up, you should throw it like at the top of your apex after you've gone up. So up,
Placing
throw
swarm grenade.
at the top. If you do it completely perfect, it will land right in the middle like that. Unfortunately, there's nothing really for mid at the moment, so there's nothing really to do better. You could just do your classic nades.
Swarm grenade out.
This nade is going to land right here
Swarm grenade
inside
out.
of pizza. The only problem is that you have to be into this corner in order to pull off this nade. So make sure you do a nade
Placing swarm
here,
grenade.
or you don't have to throw it like
Swarm
that. You could
grenade
throw it
out.
like that.
Placing swarm grenade.
But just make sure you throw a nade over there, or have someone
Swarm
watch it
grenade
for
out.
you. And you're gonna want to aim your crosshair on this sphere, but more on like the right center of it.
Placing
Better
swarm
to be
grenade.
more right than more left on this from the center. And then
Swarm grenade
right
out.
here. And if you do it right, it'll hit all of this, and it'll force them out. And then hopefully, if you have a teammate out here, it's easy pick. So this is a nade. If you're on tree,
Swarm
it's
grenade
gonna land
out.
right here. In order to do this nade, you're gonna want to go into this corner and just walk yourself into it, and then aim on the left side of this air pocket right here. Not on the branch, on the left side of, like, if this was a full circle, you're gonna want to aim there, and then jump through
Placing
it.
swarm grenade.
And then if you
Swarm
do it
grenade
right,
out.
it'll hit all of this. Unfortunately, there's no nade for
Swarm
right
grenade
here
out.
at the moment. You're just gonna have to do. You're just gonna have to do the old boring
Placing swarm
throw
grenade.
and everything. I looked everywhere and could not really find anything for Heaven on Ascent because she can't throw it that far. So this is a nade that's going to land
Swarm grenade
right
out.
here. So go into this corner and spawn, and then line up your crosshair with the top of this spike, but make sure you have it on the black part of the spike and not the white part of the spike. And then
Placing
throw it,
swarm grenade.
and it will
Swarm
land right
grenade
here.
out.
This is a nade that's going to land
Swarm
right
grenade
behind
out.
electric. In order to do this lineup, you're going to want to go over to these boxes again over here, and you're going to want to go look straight down until your crosshair is basically lined up with the black right there. And then you're going to want to look up, aim for this white spike, and then
Placing
jump
swarm grenade.
and throw it, and it will
Swarm
land
grenade out.
right in this corner. This is a nade that's going to land about
Swarm
here, and it's going to
grenade
hit all of this right here. So for this nade, all you're going to want to do is go to long, and you're going to want to stand on top of this stone looking down. But you want to make sure that this is smoked or walled or something before you do this. And then aim the top of the box of the crosshair, or top of the box of the HUD, sorry, up with that pillar right
Placing
there.
swarm grenade.
And then throw it, and it will land
Swarm grenade
right here.
out.
And it'll force them to push out here. This is a swarm grenade that's going to land right here, and it's going to push them away from wherever they are. Basically, all you're going to want to do is aim the right of the nano swarm up, the right HUD of the nano swarm up with that little corner of the pillar or whatever it is. Then you're gonna throw
Placing
it.
swarm grenade.
Then it should
Swarm grenade
land right
out.
here. This is a swarm grenade that's going to land
Swarm grenade
right
out.
back here. And it's gonna get behind
Here.
the box for if someone's camping there. You're gonna want to come into this corner. You're gonna want to put the top right of the HUD box on the bottom of this stone right here, and then jump
Placing
through it,
swarm grenade.
and it will
Swarm
land
grenade out.
right back. If you find any of your own nade lineups of your own, make sure to tweet at me at SimpleShark1 and I'll make sure to retweet you and feature your lineup in a future guide. I usually don't ask for likes and stuff, but this video took me around 15 to 17 hours to make, so all support is appreciated. With my shameful plugging finished, see you